Let's bring in sponsor of the buzz, Aamer Hayat from Avecinia Wellness. How's it going?
Good to
How
see you.
are you? Nice to see you. You haven't been on for a while. And who'd you bring with you today?
I have Hillori Hansen with Whole Foods.
Hello, Hillary. How are you?
Hi, Chuck. Good.
Nice to see you.
Nice
Whole
to see
Foods here in Fresno?
Yes.
How long have you been with them?
5 years.
It's such a great place. I love going to Whole Foods, and I love taking the kids to Whole Foods and showing them what good food should look like.
That's right. It's a fun store to go into.
So why'd you bring Whole Foods with you today?
Well, May is National Stroke Awareness Month, and so we're doing a really cool event with American Heart Association and Whole Foods on May 28th. We're doing a Tex-Mex Healthy Heart Cooking class.
Wow. Well, you know, on June 11th, it'll be my 1-year anniversary of having 3 strokes myself. So I'm listening. Tell me what else is going on.
So with stroke, there's worldwide a person has somebody has a stroke every 40 seconds, and it's the number
in the world.
In the world,
wow.
And it's the number 5 killer of people in America, and it's the leading cause of disability. So what we wanted to do this month is focus on things that people can do to stay heart healthy and help prevent strokes. Everything from how to recognize when you're having a stroke, what to do, and then what you can do with your family to eat well, exercise, and live a better life.
Do you know that having 3 strokes, being in the hospital for a week, many follow-ups, no one ever really talked to me about what I can do to prevent myself from having another one?
Really?
Yeah. They didn't say change your diet. They didn't tell me one thing.
So what have you done now after your 3 strokes to help you prevent future ones?
You know what? I try to eat real well, and I try to live a little bit slower, but my life doesn't really permit for that. So I just try to be careful.
So were there symptoms that you saw right before having the stroke? Do you
I
remember
had
those?
an excruciating headache for almost 2 months, and I thought that it was allergies. So what did I do? I got in the medicine cabinet, started taking allergy medicine, which ended up to be the absolute worst thing I could have done because it raises your blood pressure, and I had a tear in my artery here that was pumping blood into my brain. So that was causing the headaches, which eventually caused the shutdown.
So one of the most important things is to recognize the signs of a stroke, and the American Stroke Association developed this acronym called FAST. And it's easy to remember. What you first do is if you notice that your face is drooping, and if you notice that your arm is there's weakness in your arm, then it's time to act fast. And if you notice that there's difficulty in your speech, you call 911. So FAST. So if you notice that happening in a loved one, definitely call 911 right away. And some of the other things that you could do, like you said, no one talked to you about eating well. Having a healthy diet of fruits and vegetables really helps, keep your body from developing the plaque that builds up in your arteries that leads to stroke.
Is that the number one reason people have strokes, because of built up plaque in their arteries?
It's pretty much. What's happening is the plaque, when it builds up in your arteries because you're eating a diet of processed foods, heavy in fats, grease, things like that. And so some of that plaque sometimes breaks away and gets clogged in an artery that prevents the blood from flowing to where it needs to get to. So in your case, if there was a stroke and it was centered around your head or your brain, that's where the plaque broke off and got lodged in and was preventing blood to come into your brain. And so I wanted to bring Hillori on because she has a great little dish here, and she can talk more about what she has, and you can try it. And
Let's talk about it. I haven't had lunch yet.
Okay, well, for the class, we have a really fabulous menu that we're going to be doing on the 28th of May, and we just brought a couple things for you to try. This right here is a kale salad.
Bring it on over.
Okay. And you
do you do the 28-day challenge?
I have done the 28-day challenge.
I have too. I did it with you guys over there. Okay, let's talk about this.
Awesome.
Bring me a fork. You guys talk. I'm going to eat.
Okay. So this salad is loaded with kale, which has a lot of, it's actually one of the most nutrient-dense vegetables that you can eat. It's loaded with lots of fiber and vitamin C. We've also got, instead of, croutons and lots of cheese on a Caesar salad, we're doing some red bell pepper, nice colorful fruits, and some walnuts, which are great for the brain. And again, a healthy nut. Healthy nuts rather than the croutons and the cheese. And then I've got a nice smoked Caesar salad. dressing.
I was going to ask you, it was different. I wasn't expecting it.
Yeah.
But then I remembered that you were doing a
Tex-Mex.
Tex-Mex.
Yeah, a little chili, chipotle, and
It's
a little
delicious.
bit of...
It is really, really good. Now, when you say that kale's the most nutrient dense, what's in it?
Well, kale, again, is loaded with lots of vitamin C, a lot of great minerals that come from kale. And again, if you're looking at a scale of all the vegetables, it's really, really high as far as the nutritional value of it, as opposed to, as opposed to maybe a head of like iceberg lettuce.
And more flavor.
Yeah, more flavor. It's kind of a bitter green, but this one I'm using here is a baby kale, so it's actually a little bit softer and more chewable. And I love kale. Once you start eating kale, it becomes a favorite.
Am I right in saying that kale is one of the only vegetables that has some protein in it?
It does have a little bit of protein, yes. And again, we're adding some protein by adding the nuts, and we've got in our salad dressing a little bit of nut butter. So we're not throwing in a bunch of oil and fat, and we're kind of trying to keep we're throwing in good fat is what we're doing.
And then your bell pepper is higher in vitamin C than an orange.
Yes, actually they are, and you can see we have like these beautiful fruits and vegetables right here in front of you that. Well, actually, there's not fruit. I've got some nice fresh berries here but loaded with antioxidants. Eat from the rainbow is what you want to do.
Eat from the fridge and not from the cupboard.
Right.
That's what I like.
If you're shopping, shop on the outer aisles of the grocery store, not on the inner aisles, because the outer aisles have all the the fruits and vegetables, the
fresh stuff,
the fresh fish, all those things, rather than the inside, which has got a lot of processed foods.
I just recently got into, and I do this at Whole Foods, where I make this big root, like anything growing in the ground, the carrots, the beets, the turnips, everything. Yeah. I cut it all up and just with a little bit of olive oil, salt and pepper, and a little bit of rosemary, and just a touch of balsamic, and it's so good. And the kids like it, and they actually know what a parsnip is now.
Actually, that's awesome. That's a great, root vegetables are, again, they're very colorful and so good for you. So
if you haven't had a roasted beet, man, oh my God, stuff's delicious. Yeah. I want to taste my dessert.
Okay.
What do we have over here?
This is actually a pudding. At the bottom there you see.
Wow! I didn't see the pudding. I thought it was just fruit.
Yes, I made you a chocolate chia pudding, which is actually chia seeds, which are loaded with protein and omega-3 fatty acids. We're actually really good for the heart and for the brain. And it's got a little bit of infused orange, so you'll taste a little bit of orange. And then we've topped it off with the berries, the fresh berries.
Are you a chef?
I am.
You are. And Whole Foods employs a chef there to teach people how to cook healthy meals?
Yes.
How cool is that?
Yeah, we have classes every week, and we love teaching people how to eat healthfully. So
when can people catch one of your classes?
Well, the class that we're going to be doing with Avecinia and American Heart Association is one that we really want to promote and get people to come out to. It's May 28th. It's from 6 to 8 p.m. And you can buy the tickets on your website.
You can go to our website to purchase tickets, and we're also giving away a free ticket to one of your viewers too.
Oh,
so
nice!
If somebody calls.
Nice, and I'll tell you, I've been to these classes inside of Whole Foods, and it's fun because there's a lot of interaction, and people really get into it.
Yeah,
and they ask some really great questions, and it's just a fun time.
It's fun. We have everybody people who know how to cook, who don't know how to cook, and it's just it's a small room, a small venue. But you get a great meal. I say it's sometimes the best food in town because we're cooking it right there for you, fresh from all the ingredients from
right off the shelves, right inside of Whole Foods, right? Awesome. Now, Avecinia.
Yeah. I was just going to tell you a little known fact about walnuts. A handful of walnuts is equivalent to a baby aspirin, and you might hear a lot of doctors recommending taking an aspirin a day, especially to people who have heart disease. So instead of taking an aspirin a day, eat a handful of walnuts.
That's good to know because aspirin messes up my stomach.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's talk about Avecinia. What do you guys do over there?
So Avecinia is an integrative primary care practice where we really focus on living a healthy lifestyle to prevent disease and live a healthy and happy life. And that's why we partner with people like Whole Foods and other organizations in the Valley that are really trying to get people to stay healthy through an active lifestyle, through understanding what it is they're eating, to learning how to cook for their family, and in other means as well too. So we have a lot of fun activities. We have yoga classes going on. We have meditation classes going on. We do demonstrations with Whole Foods.
You have meditation classes over there?
We do, yeah.
How popular are those?
They're pretty popular because meditation, everyone's stressed. And meditation is a great way to just, relieve that stress.
It's a good way take 10 minutes of your day to get rid of a lot of stress, isn't it?
And sometimes it takes even less than 10 minutes. In 90 seconds, you can get yourself in a state of mind where you're just, all the stresses of the day are gone.
You meditate?
I meditate daily, yeah.
Once?
No, actually, I meditate 4 to 5 times a day.
4 to 5 times a day for 90 seconds?
For 90 seconds, for a minute, for 2 minutes. All it really does is being able to focus
I think I need to learn how to meditate. How long does it take to learn how to do it?
You can learn in a day. Come to one of our classes.
I'd love to. This sounds very cool.
It's every Tuesday night at 6:30.
And where are you guys located?
We're at 2006 Shaw Avenue, across the street from the Clovis DMV, way across town from Whole Foods, but on Shaw Avenue.
All right, May 28th at Whole Foods, healthy eating class, Tex-Mex themed.
Yes.
Sounds like a lot of fun. I think I'm going to be there.
Yeah, we've got salmon on the menu. We've got, actually, we're doing a little sangria, so everything's going
Definitely I'll be there.
Yes.
It'll be a fun night. We look forward to it.
You're always good to see you. Thank you for coming by the bus.
Thank you for having us.
Hey, we're going to take a quick commercial break.